see it's real. Ark Encounter. Memories built for a lifetime.
I've never been more optimistic than I am today that we have the formula to end this war. Help Ukraine be more lethal. Let those supporting Russia to know it's going to be a price to be paid if you keep doing it. And to try to find an off-ramp, not to humiliate Putin, but to end this war so that Ukraine will thrive and survive.
So that was on Friday, and they were Senator Lindsey Graham's final public remarks delivered in Ukraine on the day before he died. He is now being remembered as a staunch defender of the embattled country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, writing on X, quote, "He visited Ukraine 10 times during the years of Russia's full-scale invasion and was here with our people when it was most needed. We remain in constant dialogue, and I will miss our conversations. We met twice in just the past week." NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte also praising Graham's foreign policy work. He writes, quote, "He was a powerful advocate for America who believed in strongly the NATO alliance and was actively working to bring an end to Russia's war against Ukraine."
Well, Congressman Ro Khanna says he was detained by Israeli settlers in the West Bank last week. He is accusing the Israeli military, the IDF, of lying about the incident. The California Democrat posting, quote, "Israeli settlers brandishing American-made M4s detained me and other Americans on my trip to Palestine. When the IDF arrived, they sided with the settlers and continued our detention. They made a huge mistake." The IDF, though, has a different version of what went down. They released a statement that reads in part, "IDF troops were dispatched to the scene, quickly dispersed the Israeli civilians, and reopened the blocked road. The IDF soldiers operating in the area did not take part in blocking that road." Congressman Ro Khanna joins us now. Thanks for taking time with us, sir. Did you really not know that going into a restricted military area guarded by local security forces was going to result in your entourage getting stopped?
It was not an area that was restricted by military. American Congress people had been there before. We went with
prior coordination,
sir. If I could just finish, please, because this should be an outrage to any American citizen. What happened? We were there seeing the Zenuda village, which Yanan Levy had destroyed, burned to the ground. Many American members of Congress had been there before. We drove up to the road, and these hoodlums with M4s circled our van. They started kicking the tires. They yelled insults. They said it didn't matter that we were Americans. And then the IDF came and they blocked the road. There's breaking news video camera released just this morning that shows those IDF officers siding with the settlers against the Americans. Many, even conservatives, have said, how dare they do this to an American passport holder, not just me, 4 Americans. And we need the arrest of these people who detained us, who threatened our lives.
Congressman, it is disingenuous to call those local security officials random settlers. These are people who operate in the area regularly. Further, sir, I have to point out to you that other members of Congress have visited this area, but with prior coordination, we understand that your team did not do that.
That's false. We had informed the Israeli embassy. The only reason our lives are saved is because of the excellent work of the American embassy. David Brownstein, who also can talk about this, had first told us just don't engage with these violent settlers. And we tell them you're on with the American embassy. They didn't care. They said, who cares that you're American? We don't care that someone's in Congress or a government official. He said to say that to the IDF. They didn't care. They were taking the side of the settlers who were detaining and threatening Americans over the side
the Israelis, sir, say it was IDF officials coordinating with local security on the ground there. Here's just part of the statement.
They can see the video.
Let me read part of this statement, sir, from the IDF. Troops were dispatched to the scene, quickly dispersed the Israeli civilians, and reopened the blocked road. The IDF soldiers operating in the area did not take part in blocking the road.
People should look at the video. First of all, there was a New York Times photographer with us. There was journalists with us. There's a detailed account, but the people should look at the video. The video shows the IDF 4 soldiers that are blocking us and detaining us. And the only reason we're safe, and I give incredible credit to the American Embassy career folks, David Brownstein, he called someone senior in the Israeli government, and finally, 75 minutes in, they sent police force that, and then the violent settlers left, and the IDF left, and they let us through. And it was because of his efforts that American lives weren't lost. But the reality is that this is a unprecedented, illegal detention of Americans.
Well, here's the American ambassador in the United States. Take a quick listen. I want to get your response.
In terms of Ro Khanna, we reached out to him when we heard he was going to Israel, the Israeli embassy here in Washington. We suggested he visit with survivors of the October 7th massacre, that he visit the borders so he understands the issues that we have on our borders. He ignored that, and he decided to coordinate his trip not with Israel, but with Palestinian activists and with J Street, which is a anti-government, anti-Israeli government advocacy group here in Washington.
Sir, why did you not coordinate with Israel on this, knowing they're staunch allies of the United States, knowing the recent history of the October 7th massacre? And most importantly, why did you decline to meet with Jewish survivors of the Hamas terror attacks on October 7th?
The ambassador is lying. We did inform
Sir,
Israel.
at a certain point, if everybody is lying, but just, sir, you have now said the ambassador is lying, the IDF is lying, the U.S. Embassy is lying. At a certain point...
No, the U.S. Embassy I praised. I praise the U.S. Embassy. The ambassador is blatantly lying. And the reality is that we coordinated with Israel. How did I get through and back? I have been to Israel 3 times before. I met with Prime Minister Netanyahu before. I met with Prime Minister Bennett. If you ask John and Rachel Poland, who lost their son, Hirsch, tragically, I was fighting for Hirsch's release as a hostage. I met with them many times. But I told the Israeli government that I wanted to go on a Palestinian-led trip to the West Bank because I'd been to 3 trips to Israel. I had gotten Israel's perspective, and that this trip I was going to go to the West Bank for a Palestinian-led look for 3 days. They knew that. And the point is that just because an American politician wants to get the side of Palestinians, that does not give Israel the right to have violent settlers detain Americans with a passport, that gives Israel the right to have IDF detain us. It's not just me. I mean, Tucker Carlson and others have said that this is outrageous, that this is happening to an American citizen. I've traveled to China. I've traveled to Saudi Arabia. I've traveled all over the world. Never has this happened to American passport holders. And you may disagree with me on my ideology, but as Americans, we should make it clear, no country
I don't disagree with you on your ideology, sir. I have no skin in this game. It's a question of following the facts here. It's a question of listening to official statements from the government there. It's also the reality of going into what was a restricted area without any prior coordination. That is just false. We gave Israel a heads up, and Haaretz, the Israeli paper, said that the Israeli government is wrong. The oldest paper. And all I want people to do is watch the videos. They came out today. We have, and sir. We have, and we've been playing them all throughout the segment too, so that our viewers can see. There's a new video that came out. There's a body cam video for 1 minute and 30 seconds by an Israeli citizen, Nadav Wyman, who came out, who shows that the IDF... We will take a look at that too, sir. We will take a look at that. But thank you for taking time with us this morning. Thank you. And every American should be outraged with what happened. Okay, Bill?
Well, Jillian, at least one person is dead after some dangerous flooding in Missouri over the weekend, the latest on recovery efforts in that state, plus yet another deadly crash involving an illegal alien trucker. This time, a Pennsylvania state trooper was killed. We're going to speak with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy coming up next.
Bubble your insurance with Liberty, Bibbity, and save hundreds.
Cut. It's bundle your insurance with Liberty Mutual and save hundreds.
These are fun.
I know they are, but let's focus. Let's go again.
Are they in my hair? Stubble and shave.
It's not it.
Bumble and save.
Bundle with an N.
Crumble and save.
Who gave them crackers?
Cuddle and wave.
You know, That's close enough.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to safelight.com today.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
We love being outside, but the sun makes our deck and patio too hot to enjoy.
Thanks to our new Sunsetter retractable awning, we can select full sun or instant shade.
It's 20 degrees cooler, and you get protection from harmful rays and sun glare.
When you call, we'll rush you a special $350 discount certificate with your free awning idea kit. You'll get your manual Sunsetter for less than $1,200. Add LED lighting for evening enjoyment. Life is better under a Sunsetter.
Text me that pic. Bye.
You've got signal here?
Yeah.
What carrier do you have?
Consumer Cellular. They use the same towers as the big carriers. I just pay less.
Too bad, I need an unlimited plan.
I've got unlimited for $35.
Unlimited? I guess I thought Consumer Cellular was for older people.
Save up to half on the same coverage with unlimited everything for $35. Call or visit Consumer Cellular.
Sail through the heart of historic cities and unforgettable scenery with Viking. Unpack once and get closer to iconic landmarks, local life, and cultural treasures. Because when you experience Europe on a Viking longship, you'll spend less time getting there and more time being there. Viking, exploring the world in comfort.
We know why you've put off your best smile. The time, the cost, the anxiety. That's why Aspen Dental is changing how dentistry is done, with technology to make care comfortable and flexible hours to fit your life, all at an affordable price. New patients without insurance get an exam and x-rays for just $29. Not waiting for tomorrow. That's the Aspen Dental difference. Aspen Dental. It's time to smile again.
The grind catches up with everyone, even me. That's why I trust Cunol Ultra High Absorption Turmeric to support my joint health. It's the #1 doctor-recommended form of turmeric that helps you keep doing the things you love at every age. Cunol, the brand I trust.
Inside the 911 calls that had police rushing to a South Carolina block party and right into a violent mob attack. Laura has details tonight on the Ingram Angle.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Thousands of hardworking men and women have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their victims, but the courts have ordered them to set aside an estimated $30 billion in trust money for the victims of asbestos. Call now to see if you're entitled to a portion of the $30 billion. You could receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or going to court. Call 1-800-597-4700 for your free legal consultation. Again, that's 1-800-597-4700.
Your neighbor just paid an enormous amount for a new roof, but he didn't have to, and neither do you. Because RoofMax can add years of life to your current roof.
Here's how you know you have a problem with your roof. Black streaking, your roof looks rough, or granules shedding off into your gutters or showing up in your driveway. Your roof is where